right, what do we got this time?
Oh, we got some more viewer submissions.
Excellent.
Heck yes.
I love these. These are my favorites.
These are wide arrays too.
Yeah.
So be braced.
Oh.
Here's number one.
Brace for impact. Okay, I have no idea what I'm looking at. So it always takes me a minute to digest.
Yep, that's reasonable.
This is another really...
Take your time.
One of those where it's like, how old is this?
Could be any number.
Yeah.
And I'd say, yep.
I'm thinking, for some reason, I have like this gut instinct that this is like 15 years.
No, really?
Yeah, I'm not going much older than that, though. I just feel like it was done in a shop across the road kind of thing.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right. Do you have any idea what it is?
I think I see a face.
Do you?
And there's some hearts.
Oh, yeah, I do see the negative face.
Yeah.
So that the black is hair. Gotcha.
Assumedly, yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Now
but there
that
is a
makes a little more sense.
I wonder if there's a cover up in this.
Oh man.
Because I don't quite get the spear coming out of her head on the top.
Well, I think that's like got to be a strand of hair, but like, why would it go in that direction? Like,
I couldn't tell you.
That being said, I mean, the line work on this is absolutely amazing, world class. Some nice blowouts in this thing.
One or two.
Yeah.
One or two or three.
So to make that hair have a little more dimension, they should have left some negative space in it, though. Would have been easier to discern.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of this black mat that's kind of hanging off of her head.
This is a good example of showing people what happens to lines that are too close together over time.
Yeah, they really all kind of mush together.
Yeah.
But
what's the raindroppy things on the right?
I think those are supposed to be flowers.
Okay.
Yeah, like I see like stems and little flowers. I just think that these ones, the farthest up to the edge, they blew out completely.
Yeah.
And there's no negative in the middle. That's what I think, because you see the negative space in the middle of the two top ones.
Yep.
But then the ones on the nearest to the edge have no negative space at the center. So I would assume blowouts.
I would agree. What's with the top? This whole thing kind of confuses me because it's really close to something that I'd be like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But I swear there's a tattoo under that.
Well, at the very least, it's artistic.
Yeah.
If I have to say something nice,
100%.
I've never seen it before.
Accurate.
So
yep.
This is the only one of those walking around.
Which is a beautiful thing in itself.
Yeah. Very good.
Yep.
Thank you very much for this one.
100%. Okay, so the next one we have a journey here.
Yeah.
So this is the pre.
Yeah, so this is like a watercolor something piece. Some realism in there.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
For what it is, it's well done.
Yeah.
It's not to my taste.
Well, is that a bandage? Was this like a fresh photo?
That was fresh, yeah. Or at least part of it was fresh. I don't know what part of this was just done, but I know the guy who had this done.
Yeah.
I understand the reasonings for this transformation. That being said, this isn't the worst version of this tattoo either, right? Like, you could have worn this if you like this style.
Yeah.
But as I understand it, much like myself, this was much too bright for this fella.
That's fair.
So
having a Misfits hoodie and a bright
Hawaiian-esque, even the imagery within this photo can tell the story.
Very contrarian.
Yeah, that this doesn't match, right?
So the transformation would be that.
This is you're looking at multiple layers of black work.
Oh, yeah.
So this guy here has the nicest blackout hands I've ever seen.
Really?
Or hand. Just the one. Yeah, people say all the time that mine are pretty good, like the way it's stayed and how much coverage we've got in both of them, really.
Yeah.
But this guy has the best black fingers I've ever seen healed.
Crazy.
They're like completely solid.
Yeah.
So like, even though this looks like they just did this, like underneath, it's even before this session completely healed well. Like,
wow.
But he's had it. I don't know how many times he's had them done, but yeah.
Probably
so this
once or
was
twice.
this was he had his whole arm blacked out, and then he went and seen. I always uncertain how to say his name. 3K Roos or 3 Crosses. Mm-hmm. He went and seen him in I think Sweden, I believe, and they did this 2-tone blackout, and yeah, they got this really cool effect with it. And for my taste, this is a way cooler sleeve.
Well, yeah.
I know that the last one was done fairly well too, But yeah, this one is way cooler.
Yeah,
for
in
me.
the realm of badassitude. This
Yeah,
one wins.
yeah, exactly.
Like the other one's cool, but
Yeah.
like this is badass.
I mean, like some people will go, "Why would you do that? You had such a nice, pretty piece there." But
Yeah.
like, that's where people go wrong with the idea of blackout, because they think it's all about regret, right?
Yeah, of course.
And clearly, it's not. It's all about stylistic, aesthetic,
Yeah.
those sorts of things.
And like to me, this shows that so well.
Yeah.
It shows the flow of the body so well, and like it's just a cool way of addressing the natural shape of the human.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Most people can't see it past like, well, what did you just have no options? You just hated it and you just want to get rid of it?
Yeah,
like,
no,
all right.
that notion should be going away fairly soon.
Although I will
considering-
say, if he did want to get rid of it, that whole water thing, that would be a nightmare to laser.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was looking at with my no-no arm.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing where it was
Yeah.
just like so many colors.
Yeah.
And like all different colors. It wasn't even just like, oh, we have red and we have orange. It was
Yeah.
just like every color you can imagine. There was even purple in that arm. It was just such a disaster where it was like, yeah, blackout's going to be your best bet.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But my only nitpick about this is I would find it hard to then add more to this where it's two-tone.
This is pretty complete to me.
Right. Well, no, I know it's complete, but like if I want this arm
Yeah.
for me, and I know he rocks it, but like for me, I would want to continue this theme everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
At that point.
Oh, for sure.
And then I would need to be two-toning the same way everywhere.
Yeah.
Or else my OCD would go nuts.
Does he have a plan for that?
I actually am not sure.
Yeah.
I know he's going to do more stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't know when and where.
Because to me,
anything-
I assume this would go over the entire body when I look at that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It would be a trick to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like
Maybe
you'd have
years.
to be years. Like people don't understand layering takes a long time. Like this is not one pass.
No.
So, yeah.
If it was, could you imagine that?
Yeah.
It's
I
horrendous.
want this.
Yeah, give me that one. Can we do it like an hour?
I'll just tell Rick, I want this.
Do this for me right now.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we have a terribly taken photo.
Yeah. Yeah, that light is bright. Boy, oh boy. Yeah.
I'm
It's
assuming in a mirror.
It's like it's burning his arm. So, I don't want to be too rude, but there's obviously all kinds of problems. I mean, like I said, I don't want to be too rude. I don't know who sent this one. I'm not really sure. But it's, again, not enough light source. There's not enough hard black, right? So you're getting way too much murky gray. I don't think it would be too hard to fix this.
Probably not.
I think you just come in with some really hard blacks and maybe some white highlights in places, and you could really kind of bring this back to life, into focus.
I wonder how much the photo's washing that out.
That's really hard to say too, right? Because it might be so much cooler without that bright light.
Yeah.
That's another problem. But like, I do see that the gray is just a little too all-encompassing in the composition here. It needed more room to breathe and hard black for me.
Yeah.
But not a bad idea.
Yep.
And
not,
you can
not
definitely
poorly executed either.
You can definitely work around this.
Yep.
Add more to it fairly easily as well.
Yep.
So, it's not the worst.
My only confusion with doing roses like this is like there's a hard border on each petal,
Yeah.
which like I know doing a rose in realism is really tricky because you have to create this like dimensionality and these kind of hard to find shapes without using really hard to find shapes. But sometimes guys go too hard on the black edging of a petal, which
Yeah.
they don't have in real life. You know what I mean? Like roses don't
I
have that.
completely agree. And the only reason why I would think you would ever need a line like that is if it was in the middle of a field of other stuff.
Yeah.
To like differentiate it.
Yep.
So here we have open skin. We don't
Yeah.
really need that hard border.
And that's the thing. Roses are supposed to, like, when you have a photo of a rose, when it's in its high points and things like that, the information of a rose goes away. So, but it's like a really ballsy thing for an artist to just kind of go like, well, I'm not going to define this petal's end.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let it drift into the other
And
one.
the imagination fills out the rest.
But that's technically more right in,
Yeah.
in the way that those images exist in. Like, our eyes aren't super good at
I think that
defining
the
those things.
problem in a lot of people's estimation of these things is like if it doesn't have a line, it's not going to hold up, right? So I know it shouldn't have a line, but
I'm
if
gonna
it
give it
doesn't
one.
have a line, it'll fall apart.
Right.
Which is a big thing of what I'm learning about the black on black that I'm doing, is it's like it makes sense to me that the lines will hold better than the shading.
Yeah.
Like anything that's lined is going to stand the test of time better than anything that's not, theoretically.
Yeah.
So that part makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Right? And then that's informed me even when I'm looking at other tattoos where it's like, oh, this will stay because of the lines.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I always knew that, but now I'm really starting to understand that, how important a line can be.
They can be, yeah.
But here, I don't think it needs it.
No, I would agree with you.
Right? Like, here's an example of something where even if you lost that line, I know what this tattoo is anyway.
Yep.
Right? Even with all of these lines mushed up, it's still going to look like a rose.
Oh, yeah.
So you almost don't need the pain or the
hard bordered.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need that hard crispness to it because it gives it a crispy, almost like a chip like texture.
Yeah, like as if they're made of stone almost or something.
Yeah.
Like there's a more rigidness.
Yeah, like it's like a rose on a Dorito. Something, right? Like it just looks like you could take this thing off his arm and chew on it.
Yeah, a Dorito
snack.
rose. You're not wrong. All right, and last but not least.
More good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
guess the age on this one would be my question. Is there sunburn involved?
I don't know what's going on here. Maybe some like psoriasis or something. I love these tattoos, so in my harshness on them, it's always like I don't want to be too mean and not encourage more of them.
Yeah, that's
right. This is a really cool little tattoo. The colors that were used for this, there's a lot of really dynamic color play going on here. You can tell that they colored each part of this like part by part, almost like color by number.
Yep.
Right. So I imagine this took a long time to do.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like, which is really unfortunate because that tells me there was a lot of inspiration here.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of thought to make a really cool snake.
Yeah.
And then it ended up being a very miserable looking snake.
He doesn't look happy.
No, he looks quite upset to be here, right? He looks like he would rather not exist.
Yeah.
To me.
Would I want to be here? Nah.
The anatomy is really weird too, because I understand they have a perspective thing going on here, where obviously we're seeing the front half of the snake up close. But man, oh man, that snake gets thin quick.
Yeah.
Like it's like fat thin, right? There's no transition to this. The depth. You're just like, wow, okay, big broad snake, tiny little tail.
Yeah.
Right?
He gets really far away really fast.
Yeah. Like he's really coming at you. You have to imagine the snake's head is right in your face and the tail is like over there somewhere.
Or maybe it's like through one of those concave lenses.
Yeah.
It gives you like the broad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's just
might
kind of
be.
pushes us to the front and then scoots him all the way to the back.
I'm amazed at how it all aged like proportionally, right? Like every part of this tattoo is as bad as every other part.
Yeah, it went down together.
It's like a master class, eh? Like this was put in the same spot in the skin, and it was all put in wrong.
I would be interested to see what like, because like the skin looks very dry.
Yeah,
which kind of makes everything look really hazy.
Yeah.
So I wonder what it would look like if the skin was actually moisturized.
Good point. Maybe that snake comes back to life.
Maybe just a little.
Maybe he's just a little dry.
Yeah, maybe he's just dry.
Yeah, he's
been out in the sun
dry,
all day.
Yeah. He's been out in the desert.
Yeah, he just needs a drink of water.
He's got a bit of a rash.
Yeah, he's got a sunburn, obviously.
Yeah, he just needs a cool drink of water and a little bit of love.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'll bring him right back.
Just like most snakes.
Yeah. What snake doesn't need a cool drink of water
Exactly.
and a little bit of love?
All right. And then, as per usual,
Yep.
send more of these.
Please,
awesome
more.
things.
More snakes.
Yeah.
More
absolutely.
snakes, please.
Well, I guarantee you we'll get more snakes. You'll find the link below.